Moderator Handbook. Congratulations! You were promoted to a rank that grants you administrative permissions. In this handbook, I will be going over some base rules, along with what commands you will, most likely, be using the most, and how to use them. Most likely you're very eager to get out and start hosting, but it's important to understand what your new permissions do, and how to correctly use them. Feel free to use this guide as a reference whenever you host. This handbook also will tell you what your role grants you permission to do. To start, let's go over some base rules about your mod. Certain ranks get certain permissions. The higher the rank, the higher the admin level. Higher ranks get higher levels of admin due to their seen to be trustworthy, and can handle the responsibility of having more commands. One thing to note, however, is no other ranks than the rank of co-owner has ban or kick permissions. If someone is causing trouble, then get proof and send it to someone that has the corresponding permissions to deal with the troublemaker. As of the time of writing, only the people rolled co-owner have ban or kick permissions. As admin abusers, or other types of reports should be forwarded to a co-owner. Levels of admin, and permissions. The lowest rank that is of note is trainee host / cafe staff. They get moderator. They are not allowed to host events. They may, however, participate in events, and stand on the stage. They are basically a co-host to help hosts. They are seen as trusted members and can be asked questions regarding the group. Next, is the host. Hosts get moderator. Hosts are allowed to, as the name says, host events. They are allowed to go on the stage, and do basically everything a trainee host can do, other than the fact that they are expected to be able to show some sort of maturity when needed. After host, you have super admin and mega admin. Both of these ranks have similar admin, just one has more commands than the other. If you are one of these ranks, do see MDS to see what commands you have. The rest won't be listed here, as they're either ranks that cannot be obtained, or ranks that you realistically cannot get. So like clothing designer, developer, etc. Admin commands, what's allowed, and what's not. There are many types of commands that the Flamingo Raid group uses in its games. Some of which can be abused more. Which is why you have to learn and educate yourself on what the commands do, and how they work. Some quick notes: the game uses Adonis admin. Different game developers use different types of admin, like for example, Cole's admin or Adonis admin. The reason this is important is that different admin developers use different commands. Mainly the number or symbol you put before the command to make it execute, more on that below. As you join different Roblox games, groups, you'll learn how to use different types of admin and how they all work. Alright. So to use an admin command, you must do the prefix that the developer '(s/game owner) sets. Then put who you want to do the command to. For the Flamingo Raid group's game, the prefix is a colon, or, you must put this at the beginning of each command. Here is an example, fly me. When you run the shown example command, it will make you fly. However, you can do some changes to the command. Like for example, you can do, fly, insert player's name. This will run the command to do the command to whoever you put. So if I put, fly Big Noob 233, it will make Big Noob 233 fly, but only him. Note that you can sometimes put the first couple of letters of the person's name, and the command will still work. So for example, fly Big Noob would work, as long as there isn't another Big Noob on the server. In the event that there is, you must put up to the amount of letters or numbers of the user's username to the point where it is different from the other person. However, there are some do's and some don'ts with the provided commands. Some don'ts would be the following. Don't do a command to all. That will do the command to everyone in the server, and will be considered a admin abuse. Don't spam commands, like that puts a message on the screen for everyone, spook, char, and so on. Use a command respectably. Some do's would be like these. Do ask someone before using an admin command on them. Some people don't like having admin used on them. Do ask everyone before doing something that would affect everyone. I know I said above that doing a command for everyone is AA, but there are exceptions, like music or disco. As a general rule of thumb, if you're not sure if a command would be abuse, don't do it, or ask HR that's in the game, if there is one, or in the Discord first. Also, here are some necessary commands and how to use them. These are commands you will be using the most, and dash. When to call off a raid. There are various times when you should call off a raid. Oftentimes, you won't need to, as most people just end up getting banned, kicked from whatever game the raid is at, as usually HR will come on and start mass banning people, or just shut down the server entirely if there's too many raiders. However, there are some times when you have to call off a raid. And those reasons are shown below. Note, not all reasons are listed here. Use your discretion as a raid host to know when to call off a raid. Raiders begin to exploit, break the game. The raiders are bypassing the Roblox filter, giving death threats to the employees. This can be done if used appropriately. Saying "I'm gonna kill you if you don't practice Spanish if you're Duolingo bird" is okay. Saying "I'm going to kill you and your family tonight" is absolutely not okay. The raiders are lagging a server up too much, making it unplayable for the raiders. A game server is dead, little to no employees online. Admins in the game have banned most of the raiders, and there's only a few left hiding. Too many staff in one game to make the raid possible. You would still do the raid, just it might not last long as the raiders would very quickly get banned. And that's it. That's all there really is to it. You've helpfully learned something about the game. All questions about this document are to be forwarded to a co-owner plus.